name is Charlie Snook. I am the Director of Food and Beverage for some other place, which basically means I run the soup kitchen. I've lived all across the United States. I've been in restaurants about 45 years. So I've opened and ran restaurants in Las Vegas, in Bowling Green, Kentucky, in Grand Island, Nebraska, in Wilton, Connecticut, in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and all around Texas and back here. I came back to Beaumont about 15 years ago with Applebee's. Was working as their kitchen manager / assistant manager, and went to my wife and said, I've run the numbers, I don't need to work here. So I left Applebee's. I started working as a cook for my church, doing all the special events, as well as working at the country club as a waiter. The man whose place I took, Henry Joyner, was looking to retire and also goes to the same church I do, and approached me and said, "Hey, I've got an opportunity if you want. I want to retire. Would you like to take my place?" So I went in and interviewed with Miss Paula, and everything went from there. Typical day in the life, I see my job as a major facilitator. I have a different church group coming almost every day. There's a couple of church groups that duplicate, but it's a different group that comes once a month, every month. So I have to make sure the food is what they need to prepare their food is there. Some churches like to bring their own. Some churches like me to cook for them. Some churches like me to have the food there for them to prepare themselves. That's my first responsibility. Secondly, we do Meals on Wheels 3 days a week. So I have to facilitate that situation and make sure we have the proper to-go containers, the proper food, enough food, because we're doing about 200 meals, the Meals on Wheels, 3 days a week. They're all volunteers. They've come in, they've worked with somebody, they've basically been vetted. Then we prepare a paper bag full of food, which normally has the cold items. We put bread, we put salads, we put desserts, things that don't need to be maintained hot necessarily. And we add any lagniappes that we might have. Sometimes we get in a ton of crackers and cheese packets, and we give those away. Sometimes we get in a ton of cookies, and we give those away. Just whatever we can give away to supplement them. While that's going on, I'm preparing a hot entree and a hot vegetable, and I have procured a container for my Meals on Wheels recipients that, although it is plastic, can go in the oven and can be microwaved. If they don't eat right away or they want to heat it up, it's easily to do. We've given all these instructions to our clients ahead of time. And then, depending upon the church, sometimes we have church groups that come in and just do Meals on Wheels. They prepare the hot entrees, and we load them into thermal bags, and the drivers pick up sacks and a thermal bag full of food, and off they go. They have pre-assigned routes, and they take a lot of ownership in their routes. They tend to get very personal with these people because they see them sometimes 3 days a week, sometimes once a week, but they're always talking with them and visiting them. My drivers actually do a welfare check every time they knock on a door, because they know if that person is okay, if that person needs something, if something's going on. They're one-on-one, and sometimes that's the only person this person sees all day long. I do have people who come in on a daily basis. One or two people can walk in and I can find something for them to do. And it comes down to, what do they want to do? Do they want to come in and help me prep food? Do they want to come in and help serve? Do they want to learn how to be a Meals on Wheels driver and ride with another driver and get a feeling for what it is and what's going on? And we just take care of them to the best of our ability. What little training is needed, we show you. I mean, We'll take you out, show you a route. My drivers are real good at taking care of each other. When you get a route, they will literally number it, and they'll tell you, go here first, here second, here third. Once you get used to the route, you may say, no, I want to go 10, 9, 8, 7 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay. Every driver does it a little differently, but they all get it done. We try to hold the routes to about 20 stops or 20 people. That way, I'm not trying to take up their whole day. These are volunteers. This is their own gas. They show up when it's sleeting and snowing outside. I've got to be down here cooking because they're going to show up and they're going to run food. They're very loyal to their customers, and we have a blast. If you want to volunteer just a couple of hours or two during the day, there's always things to do. I start about 7:30 in the morning preparing food. Here lately, I've been making a hot entree and a hot vegetable every day for the in-person customers or for the next day's Meals on Wheels. We try to rotate. I try not to lose anything, so I rotate day to day. But there's always prep to be done. You can help me cook. I will teach you what I'm doing, or you can help me cut zucchini and squash and broccoli and things like that, because those items we will use the next day. I'm always getting donations of things, of just bizarre things, and we try very hard to utilize them and roll them into everything we're doing as fast as we can. So there's always things to do.